Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you've always been here from day one, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I will be showing you guys how I recreated that pink dress that Marilyn wore in the movie Niagara. I think the movie is Niagara. But before I start, I will be drafting a torso pattern. The torso pattern is also a combination pattern, which is like a combination of the top pattern and the skirt pattern. To get just the top, you just transfer from your shoulder to the waist. And to get the skirt, you transfer from the waist down to your desired length. And then in the second part of the video, I will be showing you guys how I derived the patterns that I use to recreate this look using that basic torso pattern. The combination pattern or the torso pattern, I have only created or drafted the front pattern. However, the back pattern can be gotten from the front pattern. All you have to do is retrace your front pattern onto any paper. The paper should be as long as the dress you want to recreate, and transfer all markings, and by markings I mean darts and notches. Once you're done transferring that, you extend your center back by about 1 inch. That center back was previously your center front, so now your center back is going to be extended by 1 inch because you have to put in your zipper allowance. That is if the dress you plan to make has a zip. And at the neckline of the back, you just go down by 2 inches instead of 3 inches. Without further ado, let's jump into this tutorial. I will fold this line . This is my shoulder. From here, I'll come down by 8 inches. Which is about 13 inches. From here to my waistline is 17.5 inches. I will measure 6 inches. And so this is 3 and this is 6. So this combination is going to be 9. And 9 inches, I will take it down to my ankle line. So that this is also 9 inches. So on this line, I will come down by 1 inch. Now connect that 1 inch to this point. From here to here, I will measure and divide in 2. So this is 7 inches, divided in 2 is 3.5 inches. And on this line, I will go in by about half an inch. Which is 9.5 inches. Your bust with half an inch sewing allowance. On your waistline, add half an inch for your sewing allowance and 1 inch for the dart intake. Half plus half an inch. bust line, go in by 4 inches and come down on that same 4-inch mark by 1.5 inches. So we'll connect this 4-inch on the hip line to the 4-inch on the waistline and the 4-inch 1.5 inches below the bust line. So we're starting from here and we're ending here. On my waistline, I'll go out by 1/2 inch on each side to get my dart. To get the back, from this shoulder line, I will come down by 2 inches. And I'll connect that 2-inch mark to this point. Hemline, I'm going to use my armhole line, which is 10 inches. For my shoulder, I will measure 42 inches. Which is about here. About 1.5 inches. And I will connect that to this, maybe a few inches above my knee line. Let's say using the whole pattern and using your desired length. You can stop here if you just came here to watch how to draft a very simple pattern. You can stop here. How to draft the back is basically you copy the front to a new sheet of paper and then you extend your back neckline to the hem of your dress by about 1 inch for your zip, and then from the shoulder line down to the neckline you only go down by about 2 inches instead of 3 inches, because with the front neckline you're supposed to go down by 3 inches, but the back neckline is not showing much, you just go down by about 2 inches. So like I said, this is the front bodice. If you want to copy a back bodice using your front bodice, place this on top of the sheet of paper, trace this. Once you're done tracing it, go down by 2 inches instead of 3 and cut out your neckline. And from that neckline, extend by about 1 inch to the hem of your dress and connect. So that is your front and your back. Also transfer the darts accordingly. Exactly the way they are at the front, you transfer that way to the back as well. So to get my Marilyn Monroe dress, we're going to start this tutorial. At this armhole line, right here, I will go out by about 6 inches. So I went out by 6 inches because that is what my bicep circumference is. So basically what you want to do is measure the circumference of your bicep here, right here. Measure the circumference of your bicep and then divide it in 2. So what I got here was 6. And then I connected that to this point right here. So from this point right here, I will go in by 1 inch. From this point, I will measure 3.5 inches to towards my new shoulder or I will connect this to this and this all the way down here. This is my new neckline. I will not be needing this. So at my underbust line, I will go in by 3 inches. At this same underbust line, I will go up by about 1 inch, and I will come down by about 1 inch. Outline my side seam so that I don't get confused. So after going up by 1 inch on my underbust and in by 3 inches, on my side I will go in by ½ inch. This line, you guys remember this line that we drew here? I'm connecting this point to this point and this point. This to this. Recap, on my shoulder line I extended it here and here by 1½ inch so that I don't miss any fabric. For my slash and spread on this side, what I did was starting from here to this waistline, I marked ½ inch and drew a straight line. So when you're joining this part to this part, you will join it at the underbust line and stop right here. You cannot go past it. So it's very important to notch this 3 inch mark that we made at the underbust line. So starting from this, I will extend by about 1½ inch. And I will go all the way down to this, to the end of my dress. We don't need these darts. I'll be taking it out from my side. So from here, I will go in by 1 inch. I decided to cut out the back first before I'm cutting the front pieces out. When you're done pattern drafting, your size should have ½ inch allowance. This part should have a ½ inch allowance. This part as well should have ½ inch allowance. However, this part should have a 3/8 of an inch allowance, 3/8 or 1/4 of an inch, not ½ inch, because then it's going to be This is going to be my zip allowance, and my zip will stop right here. This is going to be a guideline for me. Then I will have glued the back of my paper and I will stick this so that my bust line touches this line, to make sure it's on the same line as the bust line. Extend it from this point by 8 inches and mark. I will go up and down by half an inch on each side. I'm starting from this notch. So from my notch, I will draw a straight line, and then from this very top, I will draw a straight line to make this one here. This is the front portion of my dress. So this is going to act as the part that will be tied. So what I did with this was I notched it here. If you guys remember those notches that we did. So I notched it at this point and at this point because I'm going to be stitching this onto this part, and I'm not going to be stitching this part. So this is about 2.5 inches wide. So I did that here, and I made sure I cut 2. So cut 2 pieces of facing for your top, for your skirt. Cut 1 piece for the back. Cut 2 pieces for your sides. I will overlock my shoulder seams and my side seams all the way to the end. What I will do now is I will go and stitch my darts down. After stitching my back darts down, I will flip this dress over like this. Then this is my front and this is the front. So let the front kiss. So stitch your armhole and the neck like that. And that is the end of today's tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.